All right, what is going on? So, I'm gonna try to be somewhat quiet and not get too loud because I don't know if it's called a roommate if they live in your apartment but a different room. Anyways, I don't know if he's asleep. But so today's video is gonna be about living from the wish fulfilled, living from the end, living from the state you desire. Right. So this is a problem that I struggled with a ton. Um, in the fact of it's hard to do it. It's hard to maintain it, and it's hard to remember to be doing it because it feels like you're doing it, even if you're not. And if you're not doing it, you're probably gonna be not making any progress in life, right? So let me start my screen share here. Where is it? There we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So it's hard because it's hard to be aware of if you are being aware, if that makes any sense at all. So basically, this is how it goes, right? So if you say your goal is to be a profitable trader, right? So this is your goal. You're like, I just want to be a profitable trader. And you're constantly thinking, I want to be a profitable trader. I want to be a profitable trader, right? So what you're saying is, I want to. And so what this is doing is this is telling your mind, hey, I'm not there. Right? So you're constantly reassuring yourself, I'm not doing this. I'm not this. I'm not this. I'm not this. Right? Every time you think about, I just want to make this much. I just want to do this. I just want to do this. You're constantly telling yourself, I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there, which is only going to hurt you, right? It's never going to take you where you want to go if you are constantly pulling yourself away from that, right? Because your mind is what creates your reality. So if you are constantly telling yourself, I'm not there, you're exactly right. You're not going to be profitable. You're not going to be there. You're going to be making the bad decisions. So let me kind of explain why this matters, right? So if you are saying, I'm not here, right? So I'm going to draw my old stick figure here. So this is your subconscious, your conscious, right? And then these are your senses here. And then this is your results, and then those go through your senses, right? So if you are plugging in here you're saying, I want to be profitable, right? So you're plugging in that result. So that result is then going to your senses, right? So you're seeing, oh, I'm not profitable. No, right? I don't even want to say these words, but you're seeing that over and over, and you're like, oh man, I just want to be profitable. I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there. So your conscious mind is analytically seeing that information, right? So you're seeing your current results that aren't where you want to be. Sorry, I'm like kind of watching the market. We're hitting an uptrend, which is great. We're at this key level, and if it falls, we can fall really hard, but it looks like we're good. Anyways, so if you are plugging in those results, those negative results, right? We're just going to call it negative. Then that is what you are getting emotionally involved in, right? So say you're losing money on the day, and then you look at your account, right? You're probably going to feel bad. You're going to be worried about it, stressed, mad, anxious, however you feel. And so you're going to be feeling that way, right? Because the images you put in your mind are what control the way you feel. And then the feeling is what puts your body into that vibration, right? Because you can tell if someone is in a really good mood, right? And they're just like off the walls, excited, happy, grateful, all the good positive emotions. You can feel that, right? You can tell without even talking to them. You can tell they're in a good mood. You can feel it because it's vibration. And so they're in that vibration because they're putting this positive image in their mind. But if they're putting the negative image in their mind, you can feel like, oh, I could tell they're in a bad mood. Even if you don't say a word to them, you can feel, oh, I don't want to mess with her today. I don't want to mess with him today. Like, he's definitely not in a good mood today, even without saying a word, just by the way they feel, because they are emitting energy. Everything is energy. So this vibration that you are put in is based off of your physical results, right? So you're saying, I'm not profitable, and then you're seeing that you're not profitable, and then you're getting upset that you're not profitable, and it's putting you in this negative state, which is putting you in a negative vibration, which is bringing you more negative results, right? Because if you remember the frequency thing, if you are on this frequency here, and you're saying, I'm not profitable, you are going to attract everything that is on that frequency. So you're going to attract the bad trades. And this sounds so crazy because people don't really understand this is the way things work. I'm not saying the market's going to manipulate for you, but what I'm saying is you will be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You will miss the good trades. You will always be, you'll do small size on the good trades. Like all the things that could go wrong will go wrong because your mind has to fulfill what you think of yourself. If you think of yourself in that way, your mind is going to attract everything you need to attract to make that your reality, right? So you're going to attract all these negative things into your life, and you're going to experience them. And so what you have to change, what you have to do, is you have to become what you want to be before you have it, right? And so the reason why this makes sense, because I know it sounds stupid, but this is how things work, right? We have the physical, we have the intellect, and we have the spiritual, right? So if you are looking at your physical results, and then you are plugging that into your mind, right? So you're looking at your results, and you're like, oh, I'm not happy. You're using your intellect to imagine these negative situations, and then that is where you're getting your spiritual results, right? So now, in your spirit, in your mind, you are seeing these negative things, which are manifesting into your reality, because that is what you are plugging in, right? But this is how you can actually change your life, is if you work backwards, right? So spiritually, you have to understand that everything. Here's one of the best. We broke the trend. One of the best quotes that there is, or like one of my favorites right now, it's by Neville Goddard, and I don't even know if it's a quote. It was just in one of his videos or something, but nothing has been created that wasn't first imagined, right? There's nothing around you. This, like a lamp, the TV, the phone, the earbuds, the chair, the table, everything that you see was first imagined, and then they pulled that into the reality, right? They held the image in their mind of what they wanted. They saw it and they got excited and they're like, yeah. And they're pulling that into their reality, and then they created it. Well, that is how everything works. So if you truly want to be a creative being and create your reality, you have to work from the spiritual and come to the physical. You have to basically live in your fantasy. You have to live as the person you want to be before you have any physical results, before you have any proof that that is true, before you have any, any idea that is what you're actually living in, that you're actually experiencing. And so it's really difficult, but it is how you are going to change your life, right? So think about what will happen here, right? So spiritually, now we're going to work from the spiritual to the physical. So spiritually, we're plugging in the idea that, I don't know, we're just going to use profitable trader, right? So you're profitable, right? Profitable. Money coming in, baby, right? So if you're plugging into your mind, if you are seeing this image, you see your Webull account with millions, making millions, whatever it is, and then you are using your imagination to see that, and you're seeing this version of yourself where you're making all this money, you're checking your phone, you're up 10 bands, or you're at the store, you check your phone, you just withdrew like 50K because you're making so much money. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it seems realistic or not, because if you can imagine it, it can happen. So you are going to use your intellect to imagine this life, right? So now you are imagining the life that you truly want, and then you are pulling that into the physical, right? So what you have to do is you have to feel like that is already your reality. You can't say, I want to be profitable, I want to make money, I want to do this, I want to do that. You are just pushing it away from you. You have to feel it as now that is already your reality, right? So now let's look what happens when you do that, right? So let's say your reality, let's say you're thinking, I'm profitable, right here, profitable, money increasing, right? So now you are plugging in that positive result to your results, and then you're through your senses, which technically won't be your senses unless you have like fake screenshots or something, but it'll be more so through your imagination, right? Which is how you reach your subconscious mind. It's how you reach your spirit, is through your images, through your imagination, right? So you can see, okay, I earn $100,000 a month from trading, and I can see my Webull plus $100,000 on the month. I can see my account up $10,000 on the day. Whatever it is, you will feel it. Like, you can feel the excitement. You'll feel it, and guess what? Now you are vibrating at that level, and you are now attracting that. Even though this is your physical reality, you are attracting this because that is the frequency you're on. That is the vibration you're on. That's the way you're feeling. And so this is the most important thing. And so what happens to me, or what I've been struggling with, and it took me so long to figure out what had been wrong, like what I had been experiencing that was causing this like feeling I had been in, like this rut. And so this was the thing is, I don't know why So am I still recording? Oh, now we're gonna do it again. Okay, so we started it again. I don't know why that messed up. So here's the thing: is this is me, and I was like, I want to earn, 100K a month, right? So I was saying I want to. So what was I doing? I was sitting here all day long, every day, just stressing, like worried, just trying to get better, trying to put in the time, the effort, the hard work. I was literally on my computer for probably 15, 16 hours, at least 12 hours a day. I don't want to get too crazy. At least 12 hours where I'm going through the charts, watching videos, scanning, no. And you know what happened to my results? They got worse. I was making worse trades. I was missing the best trades. I was sizing incorrectly on the worst trades. Like, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time all the time. And it was like, it doesn't make sense, right? Because I'm putting in all the time, I'm putting in all the effort, I'm super focused, I'm dedicated, and it's like, why are my results not going up, right? Why am I not getting better? If I'm putting in the time, I'm putting in the energy, I'm putting in the effort, I'm dedicated, I'm obsessed, why is it not getting better? Because I was telling myself, I'm not there. I was telling myself, once I get to the 100K, then I'll be able to enjoy my day, right? So I moved to my, I guess, dream city, whatever. Like, I moved to Southern California, right? That was my dream. And I was like, I'm not even able to enjoy this because I'm not making 100K a month or whatever. At that point, right, if you are thinking like that, you're never going to get to that point where you want to be, because you are constantly pulling yourself away from it and saying, I'm not there. So you're never going to get to the point where you are there. You're always going to be stuck in your old life, in your old self, in your old thoughts, your old feelings, and your old actions. They're going to continue to bring the same results. And so, what switch did I make? And I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I couldn't figure out what I had been lacking. And this is exactly what I had been lacking, right here. Imagination. And it sounds so childish because no one talks about it, but your imagination is how you create this reality. That's how I got here. I was always imagining myself living in Southern California, going to the gym at Equinox. Always I would visualize that all the time. And it was like somewhat easy for me to believe because I knew that like I could do it, right? It's like the self-belief was there. And so guess what? I got it, right? So I'm living here. I'm going to that gym, like all those things. But I wasn't enjoying it because I wasn't feeling like my 100K version. Like, I felt low. Like, I felt like I wasn't successful. I felt like I wasn't achieving anything. I felt like I was just, all these things, all these negative emotions. I don't even want to think about them. Because I was spending no time imagining what I really wanted. I wasn't spending any time focusing on the life I wanted. I was focusing on what my physical results were at this moment, which is just going to bring the same results. So what did I change, right? So problem, right? So let's just, go through this like a teacher, or I don't know. I don't know why the pen, I think it's because my hand's on the screen. So problem, right? So the problem was I wasn't feeling good. Like, I was just at a very low vibration. Like, I was like negative. So it was like, oh my gosh, I don't know why this keeps. Okay, well, we'll start it again. I don't know why this keeps shutting off. So your problem, right? I don't know what just happened. It just went black. I don't know. I'm gonna disconnect it. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're back. So, the problem, right? What's the problem? The problem is that negative, right? So I was thinking of the place, right? So this is really where it gets serious. I was thinking of the place, not from the place, right? So I was thinking of making 100K a month. I was thinking of living the dream life, whatever it is. I was thinking of it, but I wasn't thinking from it. So what happens is I'm just pushing it further and further. You can think about positive things all day long. I can sit here and think about rainbows and unicorns all day long. But if I'm not thinking from the place, I'm not going to change. That's where you change. And so I was in this negative mindset, right? So what's the solution? How do I fix this? How did I overcome this, right? So what I did, or what I'm doing, is I'm spending a lot of time imagining. Slow down. Spend less time on the phone. Spend less time doing whatever it is you do all the time. Sorry, Spy looked really good. This is a good setup. Focus. Like I was just telling you guys. So you have to start imagining. You have to spend as much of your leisure time, as much as your time as you can, picturing the life you want. Okay, because when you picture it, so say I'm right here and I'm thinking about like $100,000 deposit hitting my account, right? You get excited. You can feel it. Like it feels real. And now just stay there. Stay in that state. Picture you doing something good, because this is what happens. This is what the issue is people will only imagine bad things. They will imagine the trade going red. They'll imagine, this, that, and the other thing that's negative. But the second they imagine something good, like you making that money that you want to make, you getting that job you want to get, whatever it is, it's like you just think, it's not possible. And you shut it out, you reject it, and you go back to the negative, or to the things that align with your current habits, your current paradigm, your current beliefs. And because this is uncomfortable, because if I'm sitting here thinking about making $100K a month or whatever, like you get nervous, you get anxious, you start to feel those emotions that don't match what your habitual way of thinking, is. Like you are on a new thought trip, basically. And so you just have to spend a lot of time imagining, and you have to think from, not of. Right? So it's not I'm going to make 100K. It's not I'm going to do this. It's not I'm gonna do that. I want this. I want that. That is just giving your mind lack. You are just telling yourself, I'm lacking. I'm not there. I don't do that. I'm not making that much. Whatever. But the second you imagine yourself living from the place, feel those feelings, and get emotionally involved with it, is the second your life changes. And it's not an easy thing to do by any means. But I don't even know how to really put this into perspective, but I genuinely feel like I'm already making 100K a month. Like my mind is thinking like that. Like I'm bored sitting here on my computer, like watching the charts, because it's like I already make 100K a month. Like, it's like I'm not chasing. And that's what you need. You can't chase. You have to attract. If you are chasing, you're always going to chase. Okay, it's like, and this is the best example. If you're a dude watching this, if you're a girl, whatever, just flip the role. But I'm just going to assume you're a dude, right? So it's like a girl, right? So say you got this girl here, right? And if you are over here, and I guess I'm giving you some hair, and if you are constantly chasing, and you're like all up in her business, right? You're always texting her, always calling her, no. Like you're really trying to secure the bag, and like you're clenched fists, like I gotta get her, like she's everything I ever wanted, like I can't let this go, and you're like all up on her business. She's going to run from you. Girls do not like that. They don't want to be clung to. Maybe once you actually are in a relationship, but that's why they say that they like to play hard to get. They're always wanting to be hard to get, or they like the dudes that don't give them that much attention, right? Because they feel like they kind of have to go for you. Like you kind of attract to each other. Versus if you're chasing, then she's like, whoa, what are you doing? Like if she's over here and you're just chasing her, you're chasing her, she's like, whoa, like I need my space. But if you're playing hard to get and you guys both like, I guess, want each other, like you guys want to get in a relationship, like you are going to attract to each other because you're not chasing. It's like magnets. If you have opposite magnets, right, you can't put them together. Like you literally, if you have two magnets and you're trying to put them together and you have the opposite side, or like the same side, right, they like have a magnetic force that repels. Like you can't push them together. But the second you flip it, nothing changed about the magnet, but the direction changed. You're able to attract them, and they attract, right? So it's the same thing with money. It's the same thing with everything in this world. You can't want it so bad and feel like I don't have it, I need to get it, I'm gonna chase. You're never gonna get it. It's gonna run from you. Money's gonna run from you. Money doesn't want to be chased. Money wants to go where it's welcome. And where does it feel welcome? It feels welcome to the people who know that they're going to get it. To the people who know, like, yeah, I make 100K a month. I earn 100K a month. Like, you know that. And so it's going to flee to you. But the second you chase it and you're like, I need to get it, I need to get it, I need to get it, you're not going to get it. You're never going to get it. Never in a million years. Because you are wishing for it. I'm not wishing for money. I'm not demanding money. I'm just saying this is mine. So I guess, yeah, you are demanding it, but you are just owning it. Like, yeah, I earn this much. Like, I live this life. This is my reality. This is what I'm doing. And so that's the biggest lesson I've learned is you have to live from. You have to think from, not of. Right? If you think of, you're never going to get it. If you think from, it's already on its way. On my way. On my way. If you think from it. You have to think from the wish fulfilled. And the only way you're going to do this is if you are imagining it, and you have to retrain your thoughts to think like that. Every little thing. If you want to buy something and you start freaking out the price, you'd be like, I make whatever your goal is. You'd be like, I make 100K a month. If you are about to take a trade, you're like, oh, well, what if I lose and I lose this much? I make 100K a month. I make it back. You have to detach from it, and it will attach to you. If you attach to it, it will detach from you. You guys can't both, you can't be chasing money. It's just gonna run. Money is energy. And energy, you know what they say, opposites attract. It's the same thing. If you're chasing, it's running. If you are owning it and demanding it, you are attracting it, now you guys are getting magnetized. You and money. Money is energy, just like all of us. Everything's just energy. It's different, formations of it. So you can't think of money as like some outside source or something. Like, money is energy. This cup is energy. I'm energy. My hat's energy. And so you can attract anything you want because we're all energy. And our mind basically is like almost like telepathy. Like, you can communicate with anything in the world, whatever you want. And whatever you seek is seeking you. But whatever you chase is running from it. I know this is a little bit weird to grasp. So, homework. Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Read this book. It's really weird at first because it's a new mindset, right? It's a whole new belief of the fact that your imagination creates your reality. And so what I do is I just test it. I'll imagine like these weird not like weird, but like these random little things that aren't, not like me getting a $10,000 deposit hitting my bank, but like I'll imagine someone, acting a certain way or like saying something, and then they'll say it. And I'm like, wow, like my imagination literally just created that. And then now that's happening in my life. And that's how it works. Everything that you imagine is what happens. But people don't realize that you're imagining all the time, and you're usually imagining the wrong things. So I don't want this video to go too long. This is going to be fun to put together because the iPad shut out so many times. But anyways, so that's the thing. And then obviously, if you look up Neville Goddard on YouTube, tons of videos on his talking. Some of them are like AI crap. If you want like specific videos, just text me. But listen to those and really just spend time imagining it as your reality, not as a place you're going, as your current reality. Like right now, I'm imagining I have my dream cars. They're in the garage out there. I'm not saying I'm gonna get them. I'm not saying I'm going after them. No, it's already parked out there. It's already mine. If I want to go hop in it, I can. The money in my bank account, it's already in there. I'm not chasing it. I'm not trying to get it. It's already there. And that's how you have to be. Think from, not of. Live from that place, not trying to get to the place. If you're always chasing that place, you're never going to get there. It's always it's like opposite magnets. If you're chasing it, it's staying the same distance apart. But when you own it and you say, this is me, I am this, now you have that magnetic force and you'll actually get it. So, hope this helps. Text me if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.